road racer extraordinaire, now a owner of a racetrack as well. Big Toronto Maple Leafs fan. Ron Fellows joins us. Hey, Ron, how are you, buddy?
Great, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Before we get into any of this racing stuff, how are the Leafs looking? It seems like we always talk to you like in September, just before training camp starts. So, is there any hope?
Well, based on last season, they did make the playoffs, and they were within 9 minutes of moving on to the second round. Not that I have a good memory, right?
Well, whole new deal this year, though, man. The Leafs and the Wings are back together, along with the Bruins, the Sabres, the Canadians, the Senators, and then a couple of teams from Florida, if they're still in the league, I guess. But that's pretty cool.
It's great for the Wings. They're all in the same time zone, which I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the Wings don't need. They're going to have so much more rest, they're not going to know what to do with themselves.
More time to play golf, I think, is what it'll come down to, probably.
Well, all right. Well, let's get to this racing thing. You throw out the first road course race for the Truck Series in forever, and you get a girlfriend slapping a prominent European driver. You get I don't know what, a 13-year-old kid, whatever Chase Elliott is now, dumping a 14-year-old to win. And could you have asked for much better?
Well, it would have been nicer if those two guys, two kids, had been 1-2, and I wouldn't have carried the order. But and that's exactly what you had there, with two young guns with great pedigree. And Richard Childress's grandson, Bill Elliott's son, duking it up for the win. And it was hard for me because I had both of them at my school back in late spring, driving Corvettes and working on the road race skills. So it was great to see the two of them duking it up for the win. It's great to see it, the contact like that, but you can't argue that it wasn't entertaining.
Oh, it was extremely entertaining. So did you teach Chase that move?
Okay, now back up. Now, how many times have you seen me do that? Yes.
Oh, wait. For a second, I thought we were talking to Boris Sett. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, at the age of 17, I think I was just getting my driver's license, never mind race.
Yeah. Well, you've done great.
The bottom was they were, both guys were very respectful, and I think, there was a moment there where Chase saw an opening and he went for it. Ty was taking his line and didn't see him. In looking at it after the fact, that if Ty had seen him and given him some room, I think he still would have won the race because he would have had the momentum of being on the outside. But again, you got two young guys trying to make a name for themselves, and I think what made Ty so angry was, for him, it was he's big picture. He's trying to win a championship, and I guess really didn't think that was going to happen. But on the other hand, you got Chase Elliott, who had a shot at winning, closed the gap, caught him. Also knew that he was dicey on fuel because Ty had a little bit of a fuel starvation issue at 5B, which allowed him to get up beside him, get up beside Ty. So again, just two young guys just trying to win a big race, and in front of we had a great crowd at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, and as you say, it was for us. We had great weather, great crowd, and a very entertaining race.
Well, I know NASCAR doesn't release attendance figures anymore, Ron Fellows. Did you get? You said you had a great crowd. Was it the crowd size that you expected, or was it better?
Yeah, it was better than we expected. I mean, you always hope that for some event like that, our biggest crowds have come in. And we're talking the American World Series races tend to be our biggest draw. And we were hopeful that with the NASCAR brand and with having one of NASCAR's big three series in town and on a road course and Canada for the first time, it would be a big draw, and it did not disappoint. It's going to take us a while to get all the numbers together, which we'll have a couple of weeks, if not sooner. But we are not disappointed, I can tell you that.
Well, it was terrific, Ron. We didn't have we're talking to Ron Fellows, and we didn't have a chance to get up to Mossport, unfortunately. But we did get down to MidOhio, and you were driving in that race in the Nationwide Series. First time Nationwide Series has ever been to MidOhio that I know of. Tell us about that. That was also an entertaining and well-attended race, and looked to me like very successful. How did MidOhio shake out for you in a Nationwide Series car?
Not so well. That was one that I probably would have preferred to be the promoter than the driver.
Yeah, you had a little damage that day.
Yeah, it was. It was frustrating for us. We were, on Friday we were top two in practice. Did a 124.4, and the rule of thumb is generally, if the car's fast, leave it alone. Mm-hmm. And so we sort of debated within the JRM camp about what to do with the Camaro, and decided to put a different bar on and try to get just a little bit more stability, which we thought would have more speed, which generally works with the Cup cars, which I've been in the week before. And that was my first time in the Nationwide cars this year, and we went into qualifying, and the thing just pushed like a dump truck. And we ended up qualifying 11th at a 125.1, and the pole ended up being a 24.4. So that was for me disappointing to have to. And then the rules are, you got to start the race with what's qualified, and so we had to get through the first tank of fuel basically to the first pit stop before we could make some tire pressure adjustments to try to deal with the lack of front grip. We certainly got better in the race. And the tough part was being in the middle or towards the back of the pack on one of the restarts. And it happens because of the different strategies at the midpoint of the race. And it looked like I had cleared this mess on my left as we're turning right and headed up the hill from turn 6. And as I was accelerating up the inside, there was a bunch of cars that got together. And the next thing I knew, the 3 car came 90 degrees across in front of me, and I hit him in the door. And it put the nose of my car in and damaged it to where it was, it just didn't quite handle the thing.
Yeah.
So that kind of ended our day. I think we ended up classified 25th. So, yeah, disappointing. But I will say that having raced there in both ALMS and the Corvette and Trans Am Series, I was really pleasantly surprised. The Nationwide cars were fun to drive on the MidOhio course, and it raced pretty well. I was thinking it was going to be tougher to pass based on the layout in the back, but in actual fact, it was just fine. It was actually a lot of fun for the first half. But the second half, we were just trying to keep it on the road and stay out of trouble with a pushed up nose and the alignment all over the place. So, but yeah, congratulations to Kevin Fabry and Green. They had a great event, and being a nationwide insurance, being in their backyard located in Columbus there. Huge turnout of people from nationwide in support of the Children's Hospital. And yeah, it was a great event, fun to be part of.
Well, it was fun to watch those races. We feel that it's some of the best racing. Not only that race at MidOhio, but the race up at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park as well, the truck race. So the question I ask you: how difficult of a sales job was that to NASCAR to get those trucks to come up to your racetrack?
Yeah, I will say that it wasn't that it was difficult. It just takes time. It gets, and for me, it was. It's not that I don't. The NASCAR people don't know me. Obviously, I've been doing NASCAR road races for, I guess, about 15 years or so. And to be honest with you, August 2011, when I was doing the Cup race at the Glen, we got rained out on the Sunday, and that was, normally after a driver's meeting, you're in a hurry to get a little bit of fuel, rest for 20 minutes before you're down to driver intros. But it was pouring rain and looked like it was never going to stop. So I had a great opportunity to spend some time with O'Donnell. With NASCAR, he handles all the scheduling, and he's a senior VP there with NASCAR. And that was where the first discussions kind of took place and progressed to the point of some level of seriousness. And having a company like Canadian Tire that I've been involved with, and they're heavily involved with us now at the track, and they have a relationship with NASCAR in Canada. That helps. And 13 months later, 14 months later, we had a deal.
All right. And what is next? Is a nationwide race a possibility up there? A doubleheader?
I don't know. That sort of thing is out of our control. The things that we can control are doing our job as promoters for whatever they feel is doable. And by all accounts, it was a successful weekend for the Camping World Truck Series. We got from all accounts, from our side of it, the GM Canada folks were happy. Chevy Silver, this was sponsored by Chevy Silver 250 was the name of the event, and they're happy. Canadian Tire's happy, and that's what we'll build on and go forward from there. Hopefully we can continue to grow with NASCAR as a track partner, and who knows what the future will hold. But I'll be lying to you if I said didn't want more.
Well, hey, always leave them wanting more and always ask for more. Ron Fellows, thanks so much for spending time with us. As always, it's an awful lot of fun. Congratulations on a great event up there, and hopefully we'll send some more stuff up to a great racetrack, another racetrack that Charlie and I love to see racing on because it's an iconic racetrack and it leads to good racing.
All right. Yeah, thanks very much, guys. Thanks for having me on.
All right,
Ron
take
Fellows,
care.
Thanks, Ron. Ron Fellows, yeah, he had a rough day at MidOhio. I was kind of like, do I want to bring it up? But
Hey, well,
that's my job.
he never shies away. But that's one great thing about him. Great race, great racetrack. Can't wait to go back there again. All right.